fix some things up, because we have another very special guest on here, someone I'm very familiar with. So, Rayssa, tudo bem?
Tudo e você?
And that's about all I know.
Cool, yeah. Good to see you.
So I've had Rayssa on before on a different avenue, Atmosphere Media Productions, which you guys can check out in various platforms. It's literally the only thing that shows up when you search Atmosphere Media Productions. Amp it up. So we have, and actually her stuff's going to go live this month.
Yeah.
So we're going to release that very soon, and you'll actually get to check it out. Me hosting an interview and then her performing. It was a very cool performance. Your music is very, very good. And
thank you.
We loved it there. So.
Thanks.
And plus, the other thing was you were widely raved about as one of the best guests we've had.
Oh, really? I'm so stoked.
Everyone just loved having you around, and it makes sense because you are incredibly nice.
Oh,
so.
Thank you. I actually look up to my favorite band is Switchfoot, and they're widely spoken of as
they're
like, the
good.
nicest guys. Yeah.
I saw them.
So I'm flattered.
I saw them when I was at a soccer game years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
so good.
That was back when they released the big album, but they always have some good. They always make good music.
Yeah, they're great.
But we're not here to talk about Switchfoot. We're here to talk about Rayssa.
I know.
So Rayssa, introduce yourselves to the radio audience who may not have seen. Well, they definitely haven't seen the ad video because only me and the editors have seen it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, I'm Rayssa. You can check out all my stuff at rayssamusic.com, and that's RAYSSA music.com. And yeah, I'm a singer, and I'm here with my guitarist, Ben Fortin.
We've had Ben here before. He was also widely raved about. He's a little quiet, but he's very good at what he does. So it's good to have you guys on here, finally on KCTY and KLBC. Oh, yeah, I didn't say that, but guess what? I said it now. Here in Long Beach City College. We're in Long Beach, California, if you didn't know. Long Beach is kind of, it's a cool town.
It's Long Beach. No.
Yeah, it's a good place. I was born and raised. But you are actually not from Long Beach.
No.
You are from a different area, not of California even.
No, I was born in São Paulo, Brazil, and raised in Miami, and I've lived in New York before moving to LA.
I did not know all the rest of that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a road
Miami
trip.
seems like a cool town. New York's even cooler. What brought you to LA?
I was actually studying computer science before I moved to LA. I've always wanted to be a musician, but I came from an immigrant family. We were trying to find financial stability, so I kind of just thought that I needed to go into a career that was financially stable. And once I got out here, my plan was to go to school and then eventually move on to a career in Silicon Valley. But I just honestly became really sad and depressed about the way my life was going. And I switched over to music. I went to MI's open house, Musicians Institute in Hollywood. And that's how it all started. It's been, I've never looked back.
Yeah, because that's the thing about stuff like that. Because I remember a similar feeling when I was a history major, actually.
Oh, really?
Because as much as I loved history, back then I just looked at it and I'm like, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't like people younger than me most of the time.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
I don't like disobedient people that I can't yell at. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I mean, I think that society kind of constructs this idea that we're supposed to be financially stable, and that's okay. But I want to be happy too. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, happiness I think should be number one above financial stability.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that idea of you need to have a good job, and the 2.5 kids. I don't know how you have a half a kid, but sure, and a dog and a fence. I mean, I don't know why you need a fence, but okay.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, yeah.
In LA, you don't need a fence. You really don't.
No, I've never had a fence,
I never have either.
Yeah, but I think to quote the words of John Foreman, life is short, live it well.
That's true.
I'm only going to be here for a certain amount of years, so I might as well be happy while I'm here.
And so in that pursuit of happiness, that led you to MI.
Yeah.
And MI, as we've known, because most of the last guests we've had have been from MI. In fact, Morton Lava just did a great job here.
He's great.
I know. This is the first time I met him, and I've heard him do testing. I like to listen before I have them on the air. And then you had them in a radio setting, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's really cool.
Yeah, no, he's.
Then he
he's
becomes
great.
then I become so Californian there, just like.
Whoa.
Yeah,
dude.
He's
so. When I first heard his songs, I was like, "You like Jeff Buckley, huh?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do," and we bonded.
That's why I said when he mentioned Jeff,
yeah.
I was like, I don't think I'm gonna escape him today. No,
no.
He's gonna be here. It's just one of those people who just walked up to him. You like Jeff Buckley? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great musician.
And then friendship.
Yeah,
That's always the best way it starts.
I think so.
So you've mentioned Jeff Buckley. He's been we've mentioned on the interview with Amp, but he's been an inspiration to you. You actually covered him during that. Sadly, we won't be able to post that because of YouTube, but we will give it to you, and you will be able to do whatever you want with it.
Cool, thanks.
So, but let's go. How has his influence affected you personally and in your music?
Well, to be honest, I was only introduced to Jeff Buckley a few years ago by my boyfriend at the time, and he is a huge Jeff Buckley fan. And it's just, in listening to Jeff's music, it's just so authentic, so real, and so real, punny, and it's just so him. I mean, I am attracted to artists that are so vulnerable and authentic in their music. Their sentiments are tangible. It's really incredible. I think I've already mentioned, like, Ella Fitzgerald, like, she sings standards, right? I mean, but jazz singers. But it's incredible, her style, her song, her singing one song that countless other people have covered. But her singing it, you can just feel the authenticity in her voice and the timbre of her voice. And, I mean, just overall, all those kinds of songwriters and musicians that I'm attracted to. Brian Wilson's a huge one. He's amazing, and I got to see him live, and it's incredible, and it's something inexplicable, but it's something like only that person can sing that song that way. And, my favorite songwriter, John Foreman, he's a huge one like that. He's a huge example of that, so...
So obviously, influences play a big part in you. Mm-hmm. Especially, you were talking about about covers and how they don't keep the sound of the original, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think the only song that came close, I think, is Johnny Cash's "Hurt." I think that one because you can tell he was feeling it. But it's true. You don't capture the original until you actually hear the original.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's other stuff like Leonard Cohen's "Hallelujah." Most people think it's Jeff's, or most people just associate it with Jeff Buckley, even if they know, because I think that was something that Jeff tapped into that maybe wasn't totally present in Leonard. And, Leonard Cohen's an amazing musician, but it's just something that resonated more with people. A bunch of covers. Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You," that was originally Dolly Parton's, but it's just something in the cover, like, hit it. And I think it has to do with the singer. When a singer connects with the song and is totally vulnerable and authentic, it just kills it. Just kills everything.
That's very true. So you've been involved in music a long time. You said it was a thing you loved for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but you were a computer science major, so you were just totally in your life away trying to go work at Apple or something.
Yeah.
But has music been a part of your life? How long?
Forever. My mom loves to tell the story because I used to fall asleep singing to myself to fall asleep. Like, I would sing myself to sleep.
That's interesting.
I know. And when I remember she told the story like a couple of years ago the first time.
So you sang yourself a lullaby.
Yeah. So she said that I would be in my crib and I'd be like singing and then just start falling asleep and then literally just fall asleep. And I thought that was so cool because I was like, that's incredible. Of course I was going to be a musician. And we lived in Sao Paulo, and she'd take the bus to church and back. And she said sometimes she'd worry because I would sing the songs from church. And she didn't understand it because I was barely speaking, right? But I knew these songs by heart. And I would sing them loudly on the bus. And she was always worried that someone was going to get mad, but everyone just always thought it was cute. And so things like that happened so much that someone from church gave me it was a real microphone, but it was like, a very cheap karaoke microphone. And I still have half of it because it broke. But, they gave it to me when I was a baby. And, it's just stuff like that where I look back and I'm like, how did you ever consider anything else? Music is music.
So speaking of Sao Paulo, how long were you there?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I've visited since, but I lived there for 5 years.
I've always heard a lot of things about this city. I think it's the biggest city in the world.
Is it?
It's either that or Shanghai.
Gosh.
It's either that one or Shanghai.
I don't know. I feel like Shanghai.
Like
I mean, I don't know.
Like the most popular, I think it was what it is. Yeah, what it was or something. English hard.
It's
DJ,
a great town, city.
Yeah, no. Brazil's always intrigued me. It looks like a cool place. So.
I think it is. I've gone back several times, and I really appreciate Brazil for what it's given me. It is very different because I was raised here, so I feel like I don't feel as connected to it as I'd want to, but I really appreciate my family in Brazil and just the country in and as itself. It's cool. I have high hopes for it.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful country. You know, it's got all kinds of cool stuff there. I've heard. You know, just even architecture and stuff like that. I mean, obviously there's places like favelas are kind of a little down, but everything else is just like wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've lived in such beautiful cities, and they're always.
That's true. I'm very envious of all the places
Oh.
you've gone. I mean, like
Thank
you've gone from like, okay, so I could have lived in like Nashville or Dallas, someplace bland. No, I go to Miami, which I consider one of the like prettiest cities I've ever seen. And I've never even been there. And New
Dallas
York.
is happening, but I mean, you know, Dallas is pretty cool.
I didn't like.
I've heard.
There. Oh no, it's sports bars and that's it.
Oh.
it's literally sports bars and nothing else.
Well, I mean, Miami originally. People were always like, "It's so cool," and I was like, "Yeah." I mean, most of the partying I couldn't partake in, right? I was like growing up, and the beaches I do miss. We had a lot more jellyfish, but they're so clear and warm, and I'm such a baby when it comes to cold water. But I still get in. But it's just that I do miss.
Well, that's the one I've always says. I can't because with radio and television, it's always very possible you go to a smaller market before you get to a bigger one. Mm-hmm. I've always said, can I just please like move somewhere with a coast because. It's hard to leave a place that literally is a long beach.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm used to this.
It's tough. We've got it rough here.
I know. It's so hard. The weather is so terrible.
It's so bad. It rained for like a day.
Right? It rained in the middle of the night one time.
I know.
And, my car was had still drops on it.
Yeah.
It almost ruined my day.
I know. It was crazy.
I actually was telling Morton this because one of his percussionists from Sweden. We were talking about the temperatures and temperature, and I said, the most Californian thing I've ever said was I actually had a friend who's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
And she was, me and her were messaging, talking about something, and then all of a sudden, I was just like, oh my God, it's so cold. It was this last winter. And she's like,
no.
How hot is it? Hot, it's cold. She's like, what is the temperature? I'm like, 50 degrees.
She's like, that's shorts weather.
She's like, I have snow on the ground. Don't you ever complain about temperature ever again.
Yeah, no.
But it's cold.
I mean, when I lived in New York City and
New York gets cold.
Yeah, super. I remember.
New York gets not California cold; it gets actual cold.
It gets actual cold.
Real world cold.
Yeah, my roommates and I, when it was like 50 degrees, we like, oh my gosh, let's go to Central Park, and like everyone else in the city got the same idea. The park was filled because it was like 50 degrees after a long time of winter, and we were stoked. And then here, I get used to
California,
it. Right?
Oh my God, it's Thursday. Let's go to the beach.
I know. Yeah.
It's not. Oh my God, it's warmer to go to the beach. Oh my God, it's December and it's like Tuesday. We can go.
Yeah, we could definitely go, but it's cold, guys. The water's like full. I don't know. I used to row crew in New York. Row. I was on the crew team.
Boats. Okay.
And I remember we used to go into the water, and it was freezing cold. It was like 40 degrees outside, 30 degrees outside, and then it got to a point where we couldn't go in the water anymore because we'd get hypothermia. So we
that's
outside.
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, freezing die. That's never good.
Never good.
Never want to lose a rower to hypothermia. That's never good.
No.
But my recommendation is always don't fall in the water.
Right. Well, we have to like carry the boats in on our shoulders, so we have to step into the water, and then when we get into enough.
In my opinion, that's
water.
the boat's fault. It should have
Totally
been
the
more.
boat's fault.
It should have had a handle or something.
Yeah.
Some way of
You're just pushing along
wheels
the
to get out of the water. Something like that.
Yeah.
But we've gone on and on about other stuff. Let's talk about music since we got some time before a break. You have some music to play for us, right?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, he brought a guitar, so I figured you guys were gonna play something.
Yeah, let's do Candlelight. Okay, so this is the first song I've ever written. I wrote it when I was still studying computer science, and I didn't know a thing about chords, and then a really great guitarist helped me out. So this is Candlelight Burns.
Are the lyrics 101010?
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
If you ever write a song in binary, I would just be amazed.
I could probably write it in like puns.
That'd be great.
Gosh.
Oh, a song about puns? I'd love that.
Well,
That'd be great.
in puns like that pertain to computer science. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now, and you guys can just listen to the song. And yeah, and again, check out my stuff at raysamusic.com.
So this is Candlelight here on KCTY and KLBC with Rayssa here. Just to let you guys know, promotion.
It's the little I've got to say. It's little dreams that you try to dream. It's a hopeful heart in this mistake. It's the beauty of life. I've never, no, ever, no, ever, no, ever would have thought that life would unravel itself this way. I've never, no, ever, no, ever, no, ever would have known someone so pure in heart and hopefully my own. I've tried all my life to walk through the pain and enjoy a beautiful light rain. I don't know what this is or how it became, but my heart jumps with joy every time I see your name. This is so foreign to me, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act and talk, and I just wanna sing to you. I don't understand what this is, but I'm willing to learn. I'm trying to figure it out as the candlelight burns.
All right, that was a good one. Now we got that. You know, the one thing about your singing that I've always said is there's so much coming out of there. There's so much power.
Yeah, like woo.
It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate
Every
it.
time, because you know, when we did the recordings, I think I was on camera for one of the. I was actually running the camera for one of them, and I was just like, dang.
Thank you.
You know, that's the
Thanks
one
so
thing
much.
MI is very good at. They produce really good singers.
Oh,
Like we had
thank
Morton,
you.
who was a really good singer. We had you on here. We had Alma. We've had a lot of very talented singers, and the vocal control of that is amazing. Because me, I just talk for about a sport for 2 hours, and all of a sudden I'm sick for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
That is the worst. I lost my voice for like I'm still recovering it a little bit, but
Oh, really?
oh yeah, it was. I even missed a show. I don't miss shows, but I missed one because I was just like, no, I can't speak anymore.
Yeah, no, I
So-
mean, I have this thing where I don't eat dairy for a certain amount of time. I love yogurt. Oh my gosh, it's like the best thing.
I've switched to Greek yogurt for health
Really?
reasons. Yeah,
oh no, I like frozen yogurt. I'm not the healthiest person, but
I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
I need to be.
But I mean, after my shows, my friends and I have a tradition where we go out for frozen yogurt because they know I've been craving it for at least a day. So.
Me, before I do any commentary, I'm always it's green tea, honey, and lemon, and it's amazing because there are 3 flavors I absolutely cannot stand.
Really?
But
together?
I hate it even more.
Oh, what?
So one day I was hanging on my.
You named like 2 things I love.
Well, I'm getting into the tea. I'm getting used to. Lemon is to me an abomination. Honey, I can deal with on certain things.
What? I put honey on way too many things.
I think
I put honey on avocado too.
Out of all those things, that's the most palatable thing to me is honey. So, but my cousin was, we were hanging out, and I had commentary for basketball, I think, the next day. And I just had this, one of my mugs, because I have a ton of coffee mugs, because I
drink coffee.
I have a ton of coffee. I have an addiction.
Yes.
It's an addiction.
It's
I'm
bad. Rayssa and I'm a coffee addict.
Yeah, we're both coffee addicts.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why we're both so awake at this hour. So I had this cup of just this concoction, as I call it, and I just downed it in one shot. And he's like, "Aren't you not supposed to do that?" I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anymore.
Don't talk to me. No, I actually really love honey. So I'm Brazilian, and we do like this avocado and sugar thing. And I didn't have sugar, so I just used honey, and it was great.
I mean, it's mostly sugar, so there you go.
Right, yeah. But it's a little bit of different taste with this specific avocado, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, trust me, Californians, we love our avocados here.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So that was the, so now we're talking about vocal prep. We're also going to prep you guys for these nice commercials here on KLBC and KCTY radio. Truly underground radio, even though it's above ground, and the voice of Long Beach City College. We'll be right back at these commercial messages here with Rayssa here on KLBC and KCTY.
Orozco's Auto Service has been a loyal friend to the Long Beach community for over 20 years. They've provided excellent service as well as community support. Orozco's will keep your vehicle in top condition. They also provide fleet service for all types of company vehicles, from passenger cars and light trucks to SUVs and heavy-duty vans. Over the years, Orozco's has made big investments in improving and updating its facilities and equipment to maintain a high level of service. Orozco's has been a presence in the community culturally as well, supporting the arts, education, and high school sports programs, along with countless charities and local fundraisers. Now with 2 locations in Long Beach, 3083 Long Beach Boulevard and 3619 Atlantic Avenue. For quality and commitment you can depend on, Orozco's Auto Service.
We salute Lakewood Vice Mayor Ron Piazza and thank him and his family for his support of college radio at Long Beach City College. Ron started his career on McDonald's fryers when he was 15. Now he owns the world's oldest operating McDonald's and 9 other Golden Arch franchises in the area, including 2 close to LBCC, Carson and Paramount, and Del Amo at Lakewood. Open Monday through Sunday, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. Find fast foods and commitment to the community. Piazza's Family's McDonald's.
Ulysses Press is reinventing their relationship between reader, author, and publisher. Named by Publishers Weekly as one of the 10 fastest growing small publishers, Ulysses Press focuses on readers that aren't being offered the books they want by the big corporate-owned New York houses. As pulp culture changes at the speed of the internet, books have a powerful role to play in the interconnected world. Our printed books work hand in hand with ebook and online versions of their content. Check out our website, ulyssespress.com. That's ULYSSES press.com. To order direct from Ulysses Press using Visa or MasterCard, call 1-800-377-2542. That's 1-800-377-2542. Ulysses Press.
Here on that mic's up now. We're back in KFC. I just pushed the button and thought it would go up for some reason. Worst DJ ever. So we're back here with Rayssa here on KLBC and KCTY radio. We've had a fun time even between the break talking about the joys of OPI and stuff like that. Thankfully, Rayssa has a as a kind Christian girl who will not swear.
I don't swear. Oh.
So, let's go.
Just
let's
as
go.
a person.
So let's go back to music here for a bit. What inspired that last song? Because that. Oh
no!
There's a story
There's
involved.
A story.
I struck a nerve. Okay, there we go.
You saw it in my face.
That's
no,
right.
I mean, I met this guy, and
That's how it starts normally.
And I was in New York, and like I said, I hadn't done computer science, and I met him, and I really didn't know what to do because he lived in another state, and I was just like, this is never happening. Like, this is weird.
Which in New York could be just 5 minutes away.
Right, but no, he lived in this state actually. And
Oh, well,
I know.
Okay, that's not 5 minutes away.
No,
5
not
hours
5 minutes away.
by plane? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a musician. He was on tour, and I met him, and yeah, it was so weird to me because I was like, nothing's gonna come from this, but I knew it was like different and special, and I just didn't know what to do, and that's kind of how I write a song. I have feelings, and I can kind of feel them coming on. Yeah, so I just recorded that as like a voice memo, and I never changed anything about it. And then when I moved to LA, I ended up dating him for a long time, and he actually helped me write the chords to the song because I like I said, I had no idea what it was, so he actually wrote the music part to that. So it was interesting. It's an interesting tale.
It's a long-lasting tale that I'll keep on giving with that song.
Yeah.
That
I met someone at a show, and I didn't know what to do.
That's pretty much. That's how it was when I was first going into shows and trying to get bands on the show. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'll just talk to them.
Yeah.
And so, thankfully now I have agents that will say that do that for me, which is making me look all official.
Yeah.
I don't have to do the hard work anymore, which is nice.
Shout out to like Sound Squad Pro.
Yeah, the new name.
The new name.
Yeah, the new name. There. Yeah, shout out to Joyce and Stephanie, all them. Stephanie was the one who orchestrated this one, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a super sweet chick.
Stephanie's amazing. We tried to steal her at AMP because she just knows how to do a law perfectly, a lavalier mic.
Yeah.
And that's a struggle and a half because we actually were shooting 2 weeks ago. And we actually were trying. So the person that puts the mics on for us is Lisa. Mm-hmm. You met Lisa, and we had Lisa on camera talking, and she didn't know how to put a lav on herself, and I didn't. And I can put them on. I can only put them on me. I can't put them on other people because I'm like, I don't know how this works the other way around.
All right. So you needed Stephanie.
I needed Stephanie, but the problem is Stephanie was in Hollywood, so we had to.
Far as we found out.
So yeah, it's a little. It's kind of a pain, and as you said, guy in New York, you lived in New York, he was in California. Well, Hollywood to Long Beach at 5 o'clock can be the same distance. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, we found that out.
Oh yeah, that's what I told. So I told Morton. It's like you guys you came from a long way, and I mean Hollywood because it was 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Hollywood.
So, yeah, how's Hollywood? I've never lived there, so it's an interesting place.
I like it. It's an interesting place. Coming from Manhattan and relocating to LA. I think it was the right place. I stayed a little bit outside of it on the west side, and I didn't like it. I thought it was not much to do, and Hollywood's crazy enough. And, all the shows are there. All my shows are there. I have a show there Saturday.
Oh, yeah. We should promote that, too.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. So I have a show at the Pig and Whistle on Saturday at 8. It's $10 and it's 18 plus, and it's at the back room at the Pig and Whistle, and all the information that you could ever ask for, not all the information, but most of it, is on RayssaMusic.com, RAYSSA music.com.
So how many shows have you played? You probably played quite a few by now.
I do. I play about once a month. Sometimes it's a little less than once a month. I try not to
stretch yourself thin.
Yeah. I try to be like consistent and be okay, and I'm trying to put out some YouTube, like a YouTube cover series right now, so I'm working on that. And
if you ever need help, Atmosphere Media Productions is around.
Oh, cool! Yeah, that'd be great.
We can always help you with that. But so my question is, because I never asked this, and I need to ask this for more bands. So, in Orange County down the way, there's a place called the Yost Theater.
Okay.
And it's a running joke between me and a few bands because I remember when I first went there, I heard that it was haunted.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so every time a friend of mine plays there, I beg of them to get me backstage so I can find the ghost
So you could find the ghost.
The
I feel
ghost
like
of
the
the
ghost
Yost.
goes for the people who don't want to be found.
That's the problem. But is there anything interesting about any venues you've been to? Anything weird or I'll be honest, I'm not very well versed in Hollywood.
Oh, that's fine.
I've been to the Troubadour and the Whiskey A Go Go. That's the two places I've gone to.
Cool. I love the Troubadour.
I love the Troubadour too. I just don't like getting there.
Yeah, I don't mind it because so my friends and I will like slip out and like go to the supermarket and buy cheap food and then come back, or we'll go to the ice cream place and get really expensive ice cream and come back. So I love the Troubadour because of everything around it. The weirdest thing at a venue, I don't really know. I mean, I played in Vegas before.
Oh.
So yeah.
That's gotta be fun.
That's funny.
She's already gone to the Vegas phase of her career.
I have.
Out there with
that was
Britney
just
Spears
interesting.
and Celine Dion and all that.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. And the Chainsmokers. No, and Rod Stewart.
Oh
I see
no.
Rod Stewart.
Why'd you have to mention him?
I know. I like him. My mom loves him. Mom.
Your
Hi.
mom too?
Yeah, your mom loves you.
My mom loves Rod Stewart.
No, my mom saw Rod Stewart in Beverly Hills where we go to church, and she like freaked out, and I freaked out for her. And it was like a dream come true. It was
My
great.
mom met him at a soccer game, and she goes every single time he's in Vegas. Like, except her health's not too good right now, but she's been going every year. She's. I'm not lying because he plays in August. She's missed my birthday a few times to see him.
I mean,
with my permission though. But
yeah. I was gonna say, as long as she confirms.
My house, my house I grew up in, has 3 soccer balls signed by him, kicked from the crowd.
Nice.
A collage made by my mom's best friend of Rod Stewart.
Nice.
And a photo that I got at an antique place.
See,
my ex at the time, in my first year here.
my mom's gonna get so jealous. Hi, Mom, because she's listening and she's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, all these things, I need them, Rayssa." It's good. My mom's the cutest. She's like the best person.
Here's
in
the
world.
best advice I can give you to getting anything from Rod Stewart soccer ball related.
Okay.
His favorite team is Celtic FC United.
Oh,
And
nice.
If you wear a jersey of them and you're fairly close in his shows, he will kick it to you because he was actually going to go pro.
Really?
I know.
I don't know any of this.
He was going to go pro as a soccer player, or a football player for
Okay.
people like us that understand it better. But so he actually is very accurate with them. He was a striker, so he knows where to put the ball.
Cool.
So that's how my mom's gotten him because she wears that shirt every time.
Oh, that's so cool.
And the best
okay,
part
I'm gonna
is
take that trick.
he can't judge you on which is newer because he can't see if it's a new T-shirt sponsor or not. So you can wear one from years ago and he'll still kick it to you.
Nice.
So she's actually gotten a total of like 5, and she's
Really?
given 2 away.
Dude, my mom. This is great information.
If I ever get an extra one, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Or if she ever gets an extra one, I'll give it to you to give it to her.
No, don't make promises. I understand.
I'm not making promises, but if it
Yeah.
happens, I'll hit you up.
Okay.
So, that went way off track.
Yeah, right, yeah. Rod Stewart. Well, he's like her Jesse McCartney. Like, I had Jesse McCartney as a kid growing up. I was like, oh, you're amazing. And now, and she had Rod Stewart. And she listened to Queen, and she put that in our house. And I think that kind of propelled me.
Yeah, because the thing about it is my mom played Rod Stewart a ton, too, so I'm kind of just sick of it. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the entertaining thing is I'm still so here's what I was gonna get to. So my mom has only listened to my show once,
Oh, really?
and it was when we had Matt Franke on here, who actually demoed some songs on trumpet for Rod Stewart for an album that didn't make it. So she was like, "When are you getting the Rod Stewart bit?" We talked about it for 2 minutes ago. He literally said there was nothing to talk about, and then was done with it.
Well, now you can show her this.
Yeah,
show
now I'm gonna
and
show
be
her this
like,
one and be like, "See, look, I mentioned Rod Stewart. I'm gonna."
Yeah,
She's
and
in the
you.
She's in the hospital right now, so she'll love to hear that.
Aw.
So.
Aw.
Yeah, so
May
she'll-
God bless you, man.
Oh yeah, so let's go back to the music. So you have a few more songs left for us,
I do.
and we're gonna adjust this so because you're a little too powerful for the mic. So we're
Oh, I could. I'll
Yeah,
back up. Yeah,
that's what
I'll
I'm
back
thinking.
up.
We're
I'll
gonna-
do that.
we're
Well,
gonna
this
back-
one
and we-
actually, this one doesn't.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
We'll-
There's one
we'll-
part
we'll
I'll
play
back
by
up,
ear
but
if-
the
yeah.
other part I actually need to be close. Yeah,
Okay.
It's pretty low.
We'll adjust. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
So this song is called Orlando, and I just like to dedicate it.
Oh yeah,
to...
we had this on live and it was beautiful. Sorry to interrupt.
No, of
but
course.
it was It was a
you.
very good song because we know it's about the massacre in Orlando, which was tragic and terrible.
And I mean, I think it was just kind of my response to getting fed up with everything that's happening. And so I dedicate it to anyone who's been affected by this, which I think is the world, really.
Yeah,
so,
it's always tragic. There's no need in this world for violence.
Yeah, definitely not. So
So-
I'll be close when I need to and be back when I need
Yeah,
to. Cause
she's multi-talented. Now she's gonna scooch back in the chair.
Yeah.
She needs to.
No, I'm
making
gonna do
my
it.
talent do work. It's very.
No, I
it's
mean
very-
it's necessary, and I'd rather you hear the lyrics because they are important.
They're very important. And so this is
So.
Rayssa here on KLBC and KCTY. Yeah, KCTY. I should know that. I'm the president of that station. I'm a bad president. Okay, so this is Orlando by Rayssa here on KLBC and KCTY.
It's so confusing, all the stuff that's done, that's been happening around the world, and all we do is whine, and all we do is complain. It's come to disappointing methods, and in living everything I do, and I don't know what to do with you anymore. I don't know what it looks down and sees. I don't know if he's proud that all I can see is full of detriment and taking. Everybody won't you see, and everybody seems to go crazy at the most inopportune times. Yeah, we're listening to you, baby, as you spew out all your hatred and your lies. Won't you see? What if everybody knows what it says to them when you fall into a line and betray? Everybody knows we got something more to make this world to be. What we wanted, what we do like when we're not trapped in what we hate. Oh, what we wanted, what we do like what we got here, what we say. And every moment's been slipping past while I dream of wishes of the past, and I don't even care if I can't see you. And I don't know if it's alright, but it feels great, and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna hate. And every fiber of my being is dedicated to the row, and everybody wants to know whatever happens to reality. Well, she can stay a little bit more, and everybody wants to see whatever happened to you, whatever happened to that little boy. What if everybody knows what it says to them when you fall into a line and betray? Everybody knows we've got something left to make this world to be. What we wanted, what we do like if we're not trapped in what we hate. Oh, what we wanted, what we do like what we got here, what we say. No matter the worry, no matter the strife, no matter the sadness that came with that kind of day, no matter the worry, no matter the day. Remember the moment I looked you in the eyes and said, what if everybody knows what it says to them when you fall into a line and betray? Everybody knows we've got something left to make this world to be. What we wanted, what we do like when we're not trapped in what we hate. Oh, what we wanted, what we do like what we've got here, what we say. It's the same old thing.
And that was Orlando by Rayssa, who's amazing. You know, when you did the first song, I actually thought the microphone was gonna explode from how powerful you were, but that one was so much better. I was like, wow.
Oh, really?
I mean, they both sounded really good. It was just like,
Yeah.
this girl's powerful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
I greatly underestimated your strength.
when you have something to say, that's how it comes out.
Yeah. Well, that was, and that's the fun part is when I'm like getting to work the board here and I'm just focusing on that. It's actually a very interesting thing to me to actually get to hear the lyrics more. I get to hear everything with it, and actually that's how I formulate all the questions afterwards.
Oh, cool.
Because,
well, good to know.
Yeah, but so obviously we know what the subject is about, and how long did the song come about in the process of making it? Because it seems like this is one of the songs that kind of just happens, even with the melodies that are very well done and obviously very well written. Sometimes inspiration just goes. So
You're exactly right. Both this song and Candlelight, the time it took to write was the duration of it. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but you kind of just feel like something's coming on. And that's happened before, and I haven't recorded, and then I've regretted it. So this happened, and I felt like something was coming, and I hit record, and I literally just left it there for a few months until I took down the lyrics. And then it all made sense, and I was like, this doesn't need changing. And I think I cut the bridge because I had a few more things. I had a lot to say.
Something like that, I can understand that.
Yeah, so...
There's a lot of subject matter that, is the best. I think it's sad, some of the best songs come from tragedy. And, the inspiration that comes from it, that always happens. And that, it's just all the, it's like they say, great men of fortune fire. So,
yeah.
It's
where
a lot
the
of...
light shines through. Just dropping all the switchfoot bombs. But it is where the light shines through the darkness. So.
Oh yeah, so that was a very good song. You have another one, I imagine, as we discussed previous. So you brought about 3. Well, you have several, but you brought 3 in mind. So
yes.
Let's talk about this next one. And,
so would we be able to do a cover?
Well, you know what the good thing about this is? This is not going on YouTube, so
yeah!
Take that, Google. We are actually going.
So
we can actually play a cover.
Hey, okay. I'm getting really excited.
Let me imagine. It is a Rod Stewart, Do You Think I'm Sexy cover.
No. This is my cover of Jeff Buckley's.
Shocker.
So Real. It's one of my favorite songs to cover, and the other one's a Zeppelin tune. Anyway.
Everyone loves a good Zeppelin tune. Come on.
Yeah, So Real's amazing.
What Zeppelin song do you cover normally?
What?
What Zeppelin song do you normally cover?
Whole Lot of Love.
Oh, yeah, I can understand that one.
No, yeah. If you want to see that with a full band, go to my show on Saturday, guys.
I might have to one of these days in the future. I have jamming live that day, sadly, so I'll be busy.
That's fine. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm a
but
busy man,
everyone
baby.
who's listening, come out and see
Definitely.
and support. And then if you're going to ASCAP, it's right after the last day of ASCAP. So.
Yeah, so definitely check her out. If you're in the area, if you're not even in the area, make a trip, go see her.
Yeah, and I mean, just check out my website if you're not in the area. I'm always posting stuff and hoping.
You have to see it. You have to see this person in person. Like just hearing this in person. I have headphones on, but when I was actually in there, like in the TV studio with it, I'm like, whoa.
Oh, thanks.
that was the thing. I was in the control room for like the first 2 songs, and they were just like, dang.
Oh, thanks.
So
Means a lot.
she's got one of the best voices in the industry, I think, personally, and the backing. So you play your live shows with a full band.
I do. So sometimes I play with just Ben, and then I do like an electric guitar and vocals thing. But this Saturday is going to be with a full band. Yeah, and I've
Orchestra
done it
and
before where my band
Triangle, everything.
Yeah, triangle. Well, we had a theremin once.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shout out to Bender, Alex Bender and Gabe. They're like my best friends.
That is amazing.
And Kevin and everyone.
I've only seen a theremin live in concert once. It was
Yeah.
the Adolescents.
Oh, it's
and it was
so
played by
sick.
the singer's daughter.
Really?
And
Yeah.
he was like, and guess what, man? She's single. I'm like, why am I sitting all the way back here? I want to hear that more.
Yeah, so good, so good.
It's crazy because it's like it's such a sci-fi sound. That was where it came from, but
Oh,
it was actually meant to
yeah.
be in classical music.
Yeah.
Like, it's just amazing. Seeing the actual inventor was playing classical music, and it was like, whoa,
What's happening?
this is kind of haunting but cool.
Yeah.
So,
That's really cool.
so this next song is let's get a little background on it.
So it's So Real, Jeff Buckley. That's basically it. I mean, I have my own idea of it, but I don't think I'll ever find out what the real meaning is.
Well, we'll find. Well, as long as you find meaning in it for you, it's all that matters.
Yeah, and I mean, for everyone that's listening too, like, go check out John Foreman. Go check out Jeff Buckley's stuff. Go check out this cool band, Coast Modern. Name drop. Go check out Lauren North. All these great artists that are up and coming, and Jeff Buckley isn't up and coming, but anyway.
Before we get
Go
to the
check
song,
out good music.
I will say that making your own idea of the song is a great thing, because I had a friend that made sure that every song he found a way to make every song's lyrics about chocolate pudding.
That's hilarious.
He was a big Misfits fan, so I don't know how he got there, because it's pretty blatant what that's about.
Yeah.
So this is So Real, Jeff Buckley cover here on KLBC and KCTY radio. Oh man, I'm not going to go with the English.
K-City without the I.
Yeah, a bit. See, she's got it.
Got it.
See, you don't want to know how long it took me to figure that out. You don't want to know. This is Rayssa here on KLBC and KCTY, Long Beach City College, Long Beach, California even.
Yeah.
This is So Real, Jeff Buckley cover right here.
Let me sleep tonight on your couch. And remember the smell of the fabric from your simple city dress. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so We walked around till the moon got full like a plate. And the wind blew an indication, and us fell asleep at the gate. And I never stepped on the cracks, 'cause I thought I'd hurt my mother. And I couldn't away from the nightmare that sucked me in and pulled me under. It pulled me under. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. I love you. I'm not afraid to love you. You love me. You're afraid to love me. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real. Oh, that was so real.
Well, that was real.
Hey. No, thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it.
So we'll talk about this song a little bit more after this commercial messages here on KCTY and KLBC Radio. This is KLBC and KCTY Radio, Long Beach City College, 107.7 FM, and I don't know KLBC's frequency because this is not my radio station. So we'll be right back at these messages.
Easy to get it all, big and small, at Target.com. I'm gonna teach you how to sing it all. Come on, let me tell you what it's all about.
IHOP has always been a place for delicious breakfast, pancakes, waffles, eggs, bacon, and more. Now, IHOP restaurants are featuring fruit and streusel crepes, including strawberry and rhubarb, sweet peach, and berry, and more berries. It's great. It's a one-of-a-kind crepe. You can only find at your local IHOP. Get them while you can. Get them while they're hot. Now with 4 more convenient locations in Long Beach at Lakewood, at 1101 East Pacific Coast Highway, 2050 North Bellflower Boulevard, 700 East 45th Street, all in Long Beach, and 5316 Lakewood Boulevard in Lakewood. Come, join us.
Get ready for an adventure on the high seas. Pirates Dinner Adventure in Buena Park is the only interactive swashbuckling dining experience in Southern California. Take part in the brand new show, Rise of the Sea Dragon. Will anyone survive when the fearsome sea dragon rises above the ship deck to defend his treasure? Find out during a night packed with action, stunts, aerial artistry, and fun. Make your reservations today. Call 714-690-1497 or go to piratesdinneradventure.com.
Welcome back to KLBC, KCTY Radio here in Long Beach City College. So we are here with Rayssa from all over the country and out of it. So we just had a cover of Jeff Buckley's So Real. So what made you decide on covering that song? Obviously it has a big meaning to you, and
yeah,
obviously it's a very important song to you because you just put a lot of power into that.
Oh, thank you. For me, and I'm sorry, Buckley fans, if you disagree. For me, this song is about reminiscing on someone, and then after that, it kind of ventures off. But it's just it so applies to my life, and certain scenes that are depicted in it so applies to my life, and I love the notes he chose. I think they're incredible. And I love the dissonance of it and the diminished chords everywhere. And it just sounds so different.
It's got a darker sound to it, which I like.
Yeah,
it's very
so
haunting.
Good. Haunting.
Especially the way you sung it. It's just like, am I the Yost?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really great. And it's a great song, really. And yeah.
It is a really good song. Jeff Buckley's obviously a legend for musically, but so we decided to have you stay a little longer, mostly because it's a long ride home, so might as well have it later.
Yeah.
So we decided we're even gonna have you go and play one more song, a bonus track even.
Cool.
Even though it's not really a bonus because it's still on the air. So
this is another song. Or do you want to introduce it?
Oh no, I can't introduce it because I have no idea what it is. But
so,
I was going to ask a question. What is it, and why did you pick this one?
Okay.
Because I know you kind of just decided not too long ago. I said 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, not a minute now.
2.
No, I love this song. It's a standard. It's The Way You Look Tonight. I loved it when Frank sang it, and
everyone loves Frank.
There's just so much in here, but. It's just kind of my type of love song where it's just like, everything's awesome and great, and you're in love and floating on clouds. So.
It's those 40s songs where things are going so badly, but everything sounds so great in the music.
I love like 50s pop and like Buddy Holly, the Andrews sisters, the Chordettes. Those harmonies, guys. Oh,
so beautiful.
Go listen to that. It's so good.
50s music is beautiful. Yeah. It's so good.
It's great. Like even just Lollipop by the Chordettes. Lollipop. Yeah,
it's just it's great because it's real. Like they didn't have multiple tracks on it.
Yeah.
They went into a studio and played it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And sometimes they didn't have like tabs or anything. They just knew the chords. They just knew what major was in or what minor, and they went with it.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice.
Yeah.
But it's just so good because like you get those really, really like happy-go-lucky songs, and it's just like, wow, this is. If people are like, oh man, I want to go back to that era, and then I'm like, not sure. But
I know. Well, yeah,
it's so good.
I used to say that a lot. I was like, I really want to be in the 50s, and they're like, but then you can't vote, and then you don't have a voice, and then all these things. But it's just like I love
you're
Buddy
secretary,
Holly.
which is computer science doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't know. No, and I mean, what I love about like specifically
even worse,
Buddy
Jeff
Holly,
Buckley doesn't exist. Well, I mean, his music doesn't exist yet.
Right.
He's still
Buddy's
around,
good, though. But no, I mean, even Buddy Holly's song is just like all these songs where it's like, I don't care about you, I just need someone to hold, or something like that, where you're just like, this is not what this is what you should be thinking. But he just, or the Peggy Sue songs. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But Buddy Holly's
that's
great.
kind of the theme of the show, is getting sidetracked.
Where the Rayssa it is.
Oh yeah, best kind of sidetracked.
Yeah.
So, let's repeat what the song is for the audience.
So it's The Way You Look Tonight, our version. And then do you want to perform twice with my solo? Mm-hmm. Okay. I soloed through 2 A's. Sorry, we're figuring out the phone.
No worries.
2 A's. And then I come back on B. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So this is The Way You Look Tonight on KLBC and KCTY Radio. I'm going to pretend like I know what I was hearing.
And just the intro just wants no repeat. Cool. We're talking chart form, guys. It's great.
I do church? No.
Someday, when I'm awful low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way that you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Oh, lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you and the way that you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows. It turned my fear apart, and that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Oh, lovely, never ever change. Keep thy breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you, and the way you look tonight. Just the way that you look
And now swing this back in position. That's the one thing that so I'm one of those, like, when I'm doing radio, I'm like very like, I need to make sure this sounds great. But the one thing that really irritates me is that always makes noise whenever it swings.
Oh.
So when I'm doing the song, I'm trying to like do it quietly and it doesn't work. And then when I swing it back, I'm like, no, I heard it on there.
Ah, it's okay.
Because like what I'm hearing is I'm hearing it how it's going out. So
Yeah.
that was no. Why do you make noises? Why?
It's fine.
Mic 1, why? Even though they got the cooler like looks to this, like ours are just like regular mics just clipped up to a thing. It's
I mean, but it's I mean, trust me, like the level of noise that a singer encounters at a bar. It's incredible.
That's gotta be the weirdest
for the first
thing,
time.
playing at a bar and just having that's just gotta be interesting. Just because not just the noise
it's
level
not
from
my
people chattering,
favorite.
but then there's just people there that are gonna eventually make a comment or something. Like, cause I go.
I've never gotten hecklers like that.
Oh, good.
And I've only done like a full bar gig once. That was strange. It was, it was a new thing, but yeah.
But
No
because
hecklers.
I go to Orange County a lot for some shows. And there's one group I go see it. Whenever I go there, it's normally the same bunch of guys going to see that every time.
Right.
There's a little local magazine there. There's maybe the OC Music League, but mostly it's it's chill because everyone there's like, oh, you guys have been playing for years. We're cool.
Yeah.
So, but in a new environment, that's gotta feel strange, especially for you because your music is definitely it's something there are certain bars it would be great at, but it's just I can't imagine going there to watch a Laker game and then all of a sudden, oh hey, this is. I mean, I'd enjoy it personally, but some people would be like,
It's kind of like, have you seen La La Land?
no.
Oh my gosh, I love La La Land.
I don't watch movies much.
Really?
I'm
I
from the
enjoy-
television side. I don't talk about the
okay.
evil thing that takes way too long and too much money to make.
Right. No, I love movies. I love going to movie screenings and I love going to premieres. They're really fun. Yeah, but I love movies. I love independent movies, but I also love going to film screenings.
Yeah, I've never gone. The only part of film I've ever been involved in is I produced a film once. and
Oh,
that
that's
was,
pretty. I mean, that's more than
it was a short film, and well, it was a friend of mine that made it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think they're reshooting it, so obviously didn't do a good job. Even though I think my scenes that I helped produce were really good,
Yeah.
but to me, movies there's just so many working parts that I just don't want to be involved in.
Yeah,
It's
a phenomenal process.
It's incredibly creative. Like because they make you take film class to start off here, and I took one, and I'm just like, no, the plant could be there just because someone liked the way the plant looked over there. No, it doesn't have to be a symbol of his emotions.
But it does. No, oh my gosh, it's like watching The Graduate with someone who doesn't like symbolism. It's so irritating because you're like, do you get it? I'm so that nerd. That's
Me, the only thing I like jump on my seat for in movies is close form now because I love a good close form shot.
Really?
There's one of my favorite movies is an old Japanese movie called Yojimbo.
Wow.
It's
Sorry.
it's a really good movie. So, do you like westerns? Well, old Japanese movies are basically samurai westerns.
Nice.
So they're all in Japanese, but this guy, I forgot the director's name, but he's basically the inspiration for George Lucas, and without him, Star Wars would have never happened.
Oh.
That's why I thank him. But there's a very good close form shot in there, and I got extra credit in my class for picking that out.
Oh, that's super
and so
cool.
that's why I always liked it. But that became one of my favorite movies real quick.
Oh, okay. My favorite movies, again, like going back to music,
It's that and Lincoln. Those are my two favorites.
Really? I haven't seen Lincoln. I've always wanted to see
I'm a history nerd, so
right.
and Lincoln's one of my heroes, so I love Lincoln.
No, I am. Some of my favorite movies are just films that I've watched over and over again and I love and I can't get tired of, like About a Boy.
That's true. That is the
watched
movies.
Holes 1,000 times.
Holes is a good movie. I liked Holes. I liked the book too.
Yeah. I used to, in high school, it was Never Back Down, which is hilarious. It's like this MMA. Anyway, it's not the point. I mean, they don't have like, I don't know, they're interesting, but I like films that tell a good story and just make you feel good. About a Boy is great. British films are just phenomenal. Not that American films aren't good.
I'm a British TV guy. I love British TV.
Oh, really?
So,
I don't watch much TV. I've started to. Again.
I make it, so I love TV.
Well, I'm obsessed with Gilmore Girls, and
that's a good one.
I've watched the series a few times.
That's a very good one.
I've watched the reboot a few times. But
in one of our classes, we actually it's not Gilmore Girls, but it's Golden Girls. We got to watch camera rehearsals of it.
Oh,
and it's
cool.
like first semester, I'm like, oh, this is kind of boring. There's getting the shots, and then someone's like, it's beautiful, and I'm
They're
like,
so talented. Those
yeah.
women.
And then I look, and I'm like, the next semester I see that class, I see it again, I'm like, that is actually really beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is.
I never appreciated a good
really
camera angle until I took a year here, so it's like, oh, hi, there it is.
I've gone to a lot of TV show tapings, and so much goes in.
I've always said, because I've had friends, oh, let's go see The Price is Right and stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna work in television. I don't want to be in the audience.
It's also an exhausting feat for those certain, because like The Price is Right, it's like you constantly open your feet. I've done that a few times.
It's horrible because they film, because they rope, like Vegas, they'll do that too. They'll film some in Vegas too, and they rope you in by saying there's air conditioning, and then they'll keep you in there for 8 hours and you can't leave. Yeah. And it's just like, whoa. Because I went to one.
It's a full day endeavor.
Yeah. I went to one with my cousin, and he was like, oh, let's go for an hour. I'm like, nope. He's like, what? I'm like, no, you can't leave. You're signed in. You've got an NDA. You got all this stuff. You got to stay until the end. Yeah. And you're there you're an extra. And he's like, no, you're an extra in this film, in this production. That's what it is. You're an extra. Yeah. So this is how they get away with without paying for audiences. So.
Sometimes they do pay audiences.
Sometimes, but not very commonly. But that's why I've said, because it's a long affair. Like even the stuff we did, like you were there for AMP. We were there a long time.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of us troubleshooting, but that's how it is. But it's an exhausting process, but it's so rewarding. Like that's the one thing I've always said. Like because that's why I like to go in the control room, because I get to see it produced, and it's just a beautiful thing to see something that I helped create. Without the help of a professor or anything, just me and a team, and it's all ours. Yeah,
I really admire actors for what they do.
I do too, because I can't act. I'm a television host. I can't do anything else.
When I lived in New York City, I loved going to Broadway shows, and it's just incredible what actors can do. And I feel the same way as in film. I love Jesse Eisenberg and just. His depth, and Britt Marley, I think she's a genius, and all these actors, and most of the actors I like, which is funny, they also produce their own stuff, and like Jesse's a playwright, and he's produced and started in his own play. Britt Marling produced the OA and a few other hit movies, and written it, directed it, all this stuff. So they're just multifaceted people.
Which is just
really amazing.
I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
Because
they're super amazing.
Like I'm writing something I'm doing now, a history show, and it's gonna be, I'm just writing it. I'm gonna write and host in it, but I'm not directing it. I'm not even gonna think about directing it. I'm gonna have an idea of what I want, but I ain't directing it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much work involved in the writing and in the performance that I don't want to direct it. Plus, this is what I've always admired about Ben Affleck. How does he direct while on the set?
Well,
that's what I've never gotten.
Jesse does that too. Well, Jesse, I think
because that's so weird. Because then you have to actually see it.
Well, and it's also
like,
different because like I look up to Jesse Eisenberg, and he's a playwright, and he writes the plays that he stars in. So I always think that's really interesting.
Oh, he's very good at what he does.
Dude.
I thought of him as just a funny actor from. I thought of him as just a funny actor from Zombieland, but then I saw The Social Network, and I was like, dude.
That's one of my favorite films too. Everything, the Sorkin of it, Andrew Garfield, Jesse Eisenberg, everything, the cinematography, the cadence, the speaking, the
soundtrack,
the computer science of it all. It's great. The soundtrack is amazing.
Well,
I get so excited.
It had Trent Reznor. Trent Reznor did the soundtrack, I think, right?
Yeah.
I love Trent Reznor, so I was like, whoa. And there was like this creepy, like.
It was great because it was like a lot of rock riffs in there, a lot of just dissonance.
And then that crazy Radiohead cover by Children. Yeah. That was just haunting. I was like, whoa.
It's great.
So that's why I could never do movies. Too much work involved.
So many aspects involved, yeah.
Like as a producer, I mostly use the paperwork, which thankfully you got to dodge. The next show, we had paperwork. Okay. We had lots of paperwork. So, well, not a lot, but we had a decent amount of paperwork, and I was in charge of it. So I was like, oh, great. Paperwork. Yeah. Well, I'm mostly trained as a producer, so I'm going to get to get used to it. But, that's the fun. Well, let's talk about not boring stuff.
Not boring stuff.
Let's talk about let's go back to you.
Charities?
We got too much. We don't have too much time left, so I want to first say thank you, Rayssa, for appearing once again. You're always a joy to have on here and a joy to chat with on Facebook. It's always you're always a very good time for the conversations.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was like, oh, because the first you added me, I'm like, this is a long name. This must be Portuguese Brazilian.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, Rayssa, that's her.
Yeah, I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, guys. You can always hit me up. I love to see your comments and see what you guys are liking. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's got and the music is really good. How much have you? Where have we find the music?
So my original stuff isn't released yet. It's going to be released later this year. I'm really excited for it, but mostly come out to my shows. I'll also post videos as much as possible, but I do want to release my original stuff as best I can for you guys. So that's not out yet, but you can always contact me, and then just listen to my stuff, and if you really want a copy, I'll send it over,
And you gotta let me know when that's coming out, because we will definitely have a launch party at K Beach when I'm there.
Thank you. My gosh.
I'll hopefully get confirmed. If we do that, we'll definitely have to have a launch party where we just have you on. Well, maybe you'll play the whole album. Maybe we'll listen to it. It'll be great.
That'd be so.
Hopefully by then
great.
I'll
Thank
know
you
what
so
I'm
much.
doing. So it'll be good.
Yeah, hopefully. Hey guys.
Once again, thank you so much, Rayssa, for coming on.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
having you
seriously.
on. Thank you for performing as well. I keep Ben, right?
Ben, yeah.
Yeah,
and if you guys ever want to find out about me or Ben or any
Ben,
of the cats, it's just raysamusic.com, and he's got
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. And we've all tagged each other. And on Instagram, currently I'm Rayssa Pink Music. That might be changing soon. But it's all on my website, raysamusic.com. I promise you won't have to stay there for more than 10 seconds to find what you need.
That is true. And the instant gratification of social media.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you guys so much for coming on. We enjoy having you guys on here every time.
Thank you.
Even though this is your first time on the radio here, but this is the second time we've had you on. You've always been a joy to interview. Very fun person to interview. Oh, I can never run out of stuff to talk about, so I gotta end it a little early before this goes to closing, and the janitor kicks me out again.
No worries.
We've had tons of television too where he's kicked us out.
Well, I'm glad that that's the problem that we're having.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Something else.
Oh yeah, so thank you for performing. We had a
Thank
great
you for
time. It
having
was a
me.
good time, and I hope the audience enjoyed it. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Are you ready? We'll see you later.
Bye.
Orozco's Auto Service has been a loyal friend to the Long Beach community for over 20 years. They've provided excellent service as well as community support. Orozco's will keep your vehicle in top condition. They also provide fleet service for all types of company vehicles, from passenger cars and light trucks to SUVs and heavy-duty vans. Over the years, Orozco's has made big investments in improving and updating its facilities and equipment to maintain a high level of service. Orozco's has been a presence in the community culturally as well, supporting the arts, education, and high school sports programs.